Welcome to Cook30 for Kids. I'm Jeremy Dixon from the Revive Cafe in Auckland, New Zealand, and today I'm going to share with you some delicious recipes you can cook at home. Cook30 for Kids food is all about using whole food, plant-based ingredients, so you can live a long life and have lots of energy and vitality. And the best part is we've got some helpers on the show today. We have Caitlin and Xander from Tennessee. How's it going, guys?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So first, I want to know a little bit about you. So what's your favourite food?
I like ice cream and pizza.
Ice cream and pizza, that's not very healthy, is it? Xander, what do you like?
Well, my first favorite food is ice cream and pizza, and then my second favorite food is macaroni and cheese.
Well, that's a little bit better, which is good because we've got pasta on today. So ice cream and pizza. We're going to have you guys to learn some healthy recipes from Cook30 for Kids so you can get some healthy stuff. That's great. So what are your favourite subjects at school? What are your favourite subjects?
Science and reading.
Science and reading, great. And Xander?
History and science.
History and science. Man, you guys are going to be world scientists one day. That's great. Lovely to meet you. So when you're cooking at home, I mean, what do you like to cook?
I like to cook scrambled tofu.
Scrambled tofu, that's really yummy, isn't it?
Yes.
And Xander, what do you love cooking?
Pasta.
Pasta? Well, that's great because we've got a pasta dish on today. Well, it's great to have you here. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Make sure you take notes and you'll learn some really great cooking skills. So guys, what's on the menu today?
We have macaroni vegetable bake with cheesy cashew sauce.
And a creamy chia seed pudding.
Alrighty, that sounds really delicious. We're going to have a great time today. So we're going to start cooking. Before we start, we want to make sure we've got a clear bench. So we've got all our ingredients out on the counter. We've got a chopping board, a sharp knife. We've got boiling water in the jug over there. And we've got the oven on at 350 Fahrenheit, which is about 180 Celsius. And you're ready to go? Good attitude? Yeah, alrighty. So we want to start with the thing that's going to take the longest. Whenever you're cooking, you think, what's going to take the longest to do? Because there's nothing worse than cooking everything, then discovering you've got a long thing to do, then you've got to wait another long time. So we're going to start with the Chia Seed Pudding. And we're going to use cherries in this today. It's going to be very, very delicious. So, have you heard of chia seeds before?
Yes.
So as you can see, they're little wee seeds, and they are just, they're tiny little seeds. And when you add water or moisture to them, they swell up and become like a nice really thick pudding. So they're very delicious. So let's get them mixing. So we're going to start off by making a little kind of a cherry sauce. So we'll get the blender. So if you want to get the cherries from the freezer, that'd be great. And if you can put some of these guys in. So how much do we want? So we want to put in, let's just check the recipe here. The chia seed sauce we want to put in, okay, firstly half a cup of almonds. So I'll just get some cup measures here. So if you want to put in half a cup of almonds, here we go, there we go, look at that. Put that in the blender.
This one or that one?
Put the whole almonds in, because they're going to be blended up. We're going to use these almonds here, these for later, because they're a really nice garnishing almond. So put that in the blender. And when the almonds blend up with water, they make a really nice kind of creamy texture, which is really lovely. And we're going to put in, if you can get a cup of frozen cherries from the cherry thing. I'll just move the knife here so we don't accidentally cut ourselves. And I'll get a cup of water from the tap here. That's great. Do you guys like cherries?
Yes.
They're really nice. So frozen cherries are great. You can use normal fresh cherries if you want, but if you get frozen cherries, you can keep them in the freezer and make this dish all year round. So I'll put in the water there. And what else is on our little ingredient list?
Chia seeds.
We're not going to put them in this yet. We're going to blend this up first because we don't want to blend the chia seeds. We just want to blend the cherries and make a really nice cherry almond milk to go with the chia seeds. Okay, put the lid on. And then, so Xander, if you want to push the go button, you ready? I'll put it on 3, 2, 1, blend! Whoa, look at that go! You don't want the lid to fall off. So the cherries and the almonds will keep going a little bit longer. Look at that go. I think we're ready, so turn it off. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll get that off there.
Can I put this in the sink?
Yes, you can put that in the sink. Good thing. It's a good thing to clean up. So as you can see here, we've got this lovely kind of a cherry almond milk. So what we're going to do now is mix in the chia seeds. So we're going to need how many chia seeds? I think it's 1/4 cup. So there's a 1/2 cup. So if you want to measure in half of that. So put the chia seeds in, put them in there, give them a good pour out. Keep going, yep, bit more, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Getting nearly there. Measure them out. You can go faster if you want. There you go. Yep, perfect. So put those in there.
Do I pour them in the blender?
Yep, just store them straight in the blender. We could put them in another bowl, but why would you want to create extra dishes? And we're just going to stir them around. Actually, we'll put a few more in actually. You can never have too many chia seeds, just pour some in. Brilliant. Yep, that's perfect. And you stir them around like that. And then if you want to pour that in those little glasses there, we're going to make these, we've got something else to add first. We're going to add some more cherries. So we're going to put some more cherries in. So if you want to put nearly all of those cherries, another cup of cherries. We won't measure this time, we'll do this approximately. So probably virtually all the ones that are there.
All of them?
Yep, so when we're eating into the lovely chia seed dessert, we will have lovely big chunks of cherries. Does that sound yummy?
Yeah.
Cool, so if you want to pour that in there. I'll put those there for you. So perhaps Xander, if you want to pour those in. See if you can pour them in without making it too messy. The cherries will plop out, but that's okay. Great, lovely pouring technique there. Nope, that's okay. Keep going. When it gets messy, you just call it rustic. Cool, and the next one, doing a great job there. So what will happen in the next half hour, the chia seeds will swell up and they'll end up going really nice and thick like a pudding.
That sounds really yummy.
It is going to be very yummy. Well done, guys, that's awesome. And we'll give them a bit of a garnish there. So if you want to put them in the fridge on the top shelf, and when you're travelling with them, try to keep them really steady, because if you move, it goes up the sides and makes them look messy. So try and put them really gently in the fridge. And we'll put that in the sink. Well done. Very good. You're right there. Brilliant. So that is the first job done. The chia seed pudding is now in the fridge. So they generally take around up to about half an hour for them to set, and they're generally really, really quick. So that's a really simple pudding. It's healthy. There's no ice cream or anything in there. It's just chia seeds and fruit and the almond milk that you've made yourself. So it's a really, really delicious dessert. Well done, guys. First job done. So what we want to do now is we want to put the gas on. If you want to grab some water out of here, we'll just put the jug on and we'll just put it on. So if you boil the water in the jug, it ends up going much quicker, because we obviously want to save time when we're cooking. So we're going to cook some pasta. We're doing a macaroni. So today we're going to use two types of pasta. And we've got some macaroni elbows, and that's probably what you're used to using in macaroni cheese. But also it's quite nice to use different styles of pasta. And we've got some really nice pasta shells here as well.
Cool.
So you'll kind of get a much nicer texture if you use different types. And we're also using, what does that word there say?
Whole wheat.
Why do we want whole wheat pasta?
Because it's healthier.
Exactly. So it's got all the nutrients and vitamins and fibre. So we'll do that. Now pasta generally takes around about 8 minutes to cook as a general rule, sometimes longer. So what we want to do is measure in, if you want to measure in 1 cup, 1.5 cups of each pasta. So 1.5 cups, so 3 cups of pasta total, and that should give us around about 4 cups of cooked pasta. So if you can put it in this, I'll turn the gas on over here. So we've got a pot here, and we're just going to put this boiling water in here, and you need lots of boiling water. You may want your mum or dad to help you put the boiling water in, because you don't want to get scalded. So I'll just put it in for you guys here. There we go, lots of boiling water in there. So you want a lot more boiling water than you've got.
Is that good?
That's perfect, so throw that in. Lovely. And do the same again with the shells. So we'll end up with some pasta. So you want to cook the pasta separately so you know it's going to cook properly. You can do that one, brilliant. Yep. Excellent, well done. That's great. So throw that in as well, that's close enough. So put that in there as well, and that'll cook for about 8 minutes until it's soft. So when you cook pasta, you want to cook it till something that's called al dente. And that means so it's just firm to the bite. So when you bite the pasta, it's still firm, but it's still cooked. So it's kind of something you need to get used to when you're cooking pasta. Alrighty, making great progress, guys. So what should we do now? So we're going to make now a cheesy cashew sauce. And usually when you make macaroni cheese, you're using, you know, white pasta, lots of butter, flour, and cream and milk and stuff like that. And that can be a very unhealthy meal, but this is going to be a really healthy one because we're going to make our own cashew cheese sauce. Are you ready? So we need the other blender. If someone can kind of find the other blender somewhere. Oh, there it is over there. And we're going to blend up and make our very own sauce. Actually, before we do that, we need to put some onion on. I've forgotten something. So we're going to sauté up some onion. Do you know what sauté means? Or sauté. Sauté is when you basically cook something and you just basically if you sauté onion, you basically cook it so it becomes soft. So we're going to cook it in here. So we're going to turn the gas on there just to get that warmed up, get the pan warmed up. And I'll start the onion off because they can be very tricky to cut. So we've got one nice big red onion here. You like red onion?
Yes.
Cool. It just gives a little bit more colour than the normal kind of white or brown onion. So any onion is fine. So I'll just get this started. If you guys want to see if you can take the skin off that. And we're going to cut it. So try and cut off in big chunks. It can take ages to take the skin off. Have a race. See who's going to go first. Let's see who's going to win. Oh, it looks like Caitlin's got a big lot off. Just got to aim for a big lot. So onion adds a really nice sweetness and good base to any dish. So a lot of dishes do have onions, and it's a really good thing to have. You really want to make sure you sauté it for around about 5 minutes, just so it becomes from this really bitter thing to a really nice sweet and gentle flavour that really will go through any dish. You can put that in the rubbish as well. How's it going, Xander? Oh, Xander's got the side of the onion that's got the little bits on it, but we're getting there. So put that in the rubbish. Clean up after ourselves. Oh, wonderful. Look at that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yep, that's pretty close. You don't get, you could spend ages getting all of it off. So when we chop an onion, what you want to do is, I'll do the first one. You want to, when using a sharp knife, you want to make sure you've got your fingers clear of the knife, okay? You don't want to have your finger there, or what's going to happen?
You're going to cut it.
That's going to be bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then we're basically going to slice through here. And when you use a knife, you want to slice it. So you put it on there and actually push it through like this. If you try and push down, it's really hard. So you want to push through like that. So go through like that and hold it there. And then we're going to basically do the same thing this way. And you end up with lots of little dices. Okay, Caitlin, see if you can try that. Give that a go. Cool, remember to slice it through. Lovely, yep. Slice it through, yep. So start at the back. Very good. Take it off there. Look at that, isn't she doing well? Slice it, slide it. Yep. So start with the tip at the back so you can kind of slide it forward through the onion. Wonderful. And one more. Very cool, well done. And these ones here you can just line up like this. If they don't kind of stay together. Do you want to do the other side, do you? Okay, you can do the other side. So see if you can go through this way and get those cut through there. See if you can give it a cut. So hold it there. Wonderful. So using sharp knives is really, really scary and it's really good skill to have. But as long as you take your time and make sure your parents are with you, then it's a great skill to be able to do. Make sure you slice it, don't let it slide off the side. Keep your other finger back. Cool, lovely. Look at that. And just, yep, brilliant. Look at that, well done. Beautiful. So we'll put this in here, we'll put a bit of oil in, and if you want to get that onion and transfer it to the pan here, and we'll get that underway. So throw it in there. Lovely, yes, that lovely sizzle sound. Brilliant. So now we're going to make the cashew. Oh, we better chop up the capsicum as well. So things are running out of time, I might just do this for you guys this time. So basically you want to pull out the core of the capsicum and we're just going to chop it up into cubes like this. So similar to the onion, but we've only got 30 minutes for the show, so we have to get cracking. There we go, like that. You want to put that in there as well. That's great. So Caitlin, I'll get you started on the cashew sauce. So we're going to start with some cashew nuts. So if you can get 1 cup of cashew nuts. I think we need a cup here. There you go, there's a measuring cup. Excellent. Great. So these will really just kind of cook and soften down and be absolutely beautiful when they're finished and provide a really nice flavoursome sweet base for our macaroni cheese. Well done, guys. That's okay. So Xander, if you want to give that a bit of a stir and keep it stirring. So you want to stir it so it doesn't stick to the bottom and it cooks evenly. So give it a really good stir. Don't worry about those, it'll separate. There's a few little bits of capsicum stuck together.
Kind of big, though.
That's okay. So give it a really good stir, keep the onion moving, don't let it burn. So fire that in the blender. We want to throw in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'll put that in here. We want to put in 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes. So where's that gone? Oh, yep. So throw in 1 tablespoon. There you go. And nutritional yeast flakes gives a really nice cheesy kind of a taste. Cashew nuts. I'll put the water in. We want 1 1/4 cups. That's 1 cup, but just slightly short. There's the other 1/4. And we're going to use arrowroot. If you want to unwrap that and see if you can extract some 1/2 teaspoon of arrowroot out of there. So open it up. There's a 1/2 teaspoon measure. And arrowroot will really stick things together well. How's it going? Great. Okay, put the arrowroot into the blender. Excellent. That's great. And arrowroot will really help it stick together and become a really nice sauce. I'll just throw some turmeric in, which will make it really nice and yellow. So you want 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Makes a really nice yellow colour. And the final ingredient is some seeded mustard. And seeded mustard gives a really nice kind of tang. So we'll just put another tablespoon of that in there. Okay, you ready, Caitlin? Put the lid on and give it a blend. Let's go. And while you're doing that, we'll just check, give it a good stir around. So when you're stirring, make sure you get really under it like that, so it gives it a really good stir.
Okay.
It's looking great, and our pasta's going well, Leah, look at that. Brilliant. Yes, everything's under control. This meal is coming together. Okay, you can turn it off. And look at this, we've got this beautiful, creamy kind of a sauce. Isn't that just a wonderful sauce? And that'll turn to a really nice thing to go with the pasta. If you've just joined us on Cook30 for Kids, we are cooking up some amazing dishes in the kitchen. And it smells awesome. Can't wait to try it. So what's on the menu today?
We have macaroni vegetable bake with cheesy cashew sauce.
And a creamy chia seed pudding.
And we have with us Caitlin and Xander all the way from Tennessee. Okay, where are we up to? We've got this beautiful cashew sauce here that looks already runny. So I want you to pour that into the dish, Caitlin. And we're going to pour this into the pan. And what happens when this arrowroot and this mixture gets hot, it goes really thick. Pour faster, pour faster. Okay, keep stirring, Xander. So Xander's going to stir it. Keep stirring, stir harder, stir. Get in there with the thing. Great, you can put the jug away now. So when you're stirring, get going really hard, right to the edges. And as you can see, so do that, like that. And as you can see, it's thickening up really well. And while you're doing that, we've got this macaroni, the pasta, and we're going to drain it in this drainer here, the strainer, like this. And then we are going to put it in. And then within a few seconds, we have our macaroni vegetable bake. Now you need to give it a really good shake because you don't want too much loose water in there. And because these pasta things are kind of holy, they end up with water. So it's really important that we get as much water out as possible. And then we're going to simply pour it into there. And you're going to mix it around. As you probably won't use all of that. So we'll put that in there like that and keep mixing, keep stirring. Sometimes you might want to add a little bit more water.
Oh, yeah.
Can I stir?
So I'm just going to add a little bit more water so we can just keep it nice and thick. So you want it thick but not too gluggy. So stir hard. Going to give it a go there. We'll turn the gas off over here. Lovely, look at that. Isn't that looking nice and creamy? I'll just give a bit of a stir here. When you stir, you kind of want to just get underneath it and lift it up like that. Stirring is a very important part of cooking. Does that look yummy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just look how, and can you smell it? Can you smell that mustardy kind of a, turmeric-y kind of a smell? It smells really nice. Exactly, so all we're going to do now is put it on the, get this dish here, and we're going to put it on there. So I might do it, seeing it's a little bit hot. I'd hate for you guys to get burnt. You might want to get mum to this, and we're just going to spoon it out like this. Da 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 da. And there you have kind of the base for the pasta bake. And you can put different vegetables, different pasta in it. Now this red stuff here, what did I call that before?
What?
The red stuff that's in there, what did I call it?
Capsicum.
I know, I keep getting that wrong, because where I come from, New Zealand, we call it capsicum, but you guys call it
Bell pepper.
bell pepper, that's right. So in different countries, different vegetables have different names, like there's eggplant and aubergine, courgette and zucchini, coriander and cilantro. So yeah, it's really interesting. So there we go. So all we're going to add to this now is some breadcrumbs. So you see these guys, it's just breadcrumbs. So do you want to sprinkle it over? So just lightly, you want to hold it really high. Yep, cool, yep, that's cool. And sprinkle it over, lovely, not too much at a time. Do some over here as well. And the breadcrumbs, and try to get wholemeal breadcrumbs if you can. And that will just kind of give it a nice taste. And then we're just going to, if you want to grab the oil spray, Xander, and just give that a bit of a spray over here. And this will just help it from burning. And this just gives a really nice kind of crispy coating to it. Whoa, on the breadcrumbs. So just kind of hold it back a bit, hold it a bit high. Lovely. There we go. And that will just stop the breadcrumbs from burning. So we're just going to put that in the oven. So if you can put that in the oven, it's kind of cold. I'll better put it in, so it's a little bit warm. And we're going to broil it or grill it just for about 5 minutes, just so the top becomes nice and kind of, you know, just kind of grilled, and it kind of goes brown and finishes off really, really nicely. I think it's time to finish off the chia seeds desserts. Do you guys want to go to the fridge and get them out? See what's happened? We're also going to cut up some fruit. And if you cut fruit up on this board here, it's going to taste like onions. So we're going to flip the board over, so we've got a fresh side, and we can cut our fruit up without it tasting like onions. Just a small little tip. Look at that! In just not many minutes, this has become very, very solid. Look at it. Look how solid. Wow, well, careful. Wow, you're right. You can actually tip it up. Look at that. It's very, very, very stable in there, which is really good. So I'll put those there. I'm just going to cut up some fruit. So if you guys want to get some blueberries and strawberries. So garnishing is really, really important with any kind of meal, especially desserts. So while these look kind of quite cool as they are, we're just going to add a couple of berries, and I'm going to absolutely transform them. So there we go. So look at that, beautiful strawberries. So if you want to put some blueberries on each one of them, so probably about 4 or 5 blueberries, and just drop them on. And I'm just going to chop up some strawberries so they look good as well. Yep, put it on, that's great. So we're just going to mix them there. Just put on about probably 5 strawberries, just kind of put it on loosely. Yep, you can help too, Xander, sorry. And just make it really nice. Now as you can see up the sides, we've got a few little spills there, but that's not too bad. We just call that rustic. So if something spills, you call it rustic. Now if something burns, it's called char grilled. So there you go. Does that look really, really yummy?
Yeah.
That is going to be really, really great. So yeah, garnishing is really important, so make sure you garnish stuff. Even some strawberries or mint's really nice as well, or fruit on any kind of dessert can transform something from looking really good to really, really awesome. Okay, if you want to put those back in the fridge, we're finished with those. So that's our meal pretty much done. All we need to do now is pretty much get the macaroni out of the oven. That's still got a few more minutes, so we're going to finish that after the break. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to chop up some cherry tomatoes and put them on top, and that will absolutely look lovely. But we'll do it after the break, and we'll come back and do that then. We've taken this delicious macaroni bake out of the oven, chopped up some cherry tomatoes, some coloured ones, some yellow and red ones, a garnish of cilantro, and it looks amazing. Do you think it tastes amazing too?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. Let's dive in. Give me your plates. You can try. Whoops, we'll put some on the tablecloth. Don't tell Mum. There we go. And some for you as well. Give it a go. It will taste amazing. And it is not full of all those unhealthy things. A very healthy and delicious macaroni cheese. Mmm. But with all these new skills you've learned, I hope you can make restaurant quality meals in your home too. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Cook30 for Kids!
Bye.
Whoa, bye!